Last night, Yusmeiro Petit pitched the game of his life. The journeyman from Venezuela had everything working, and all the stars were aligned for a shot at history, but the night fell just short of perfection. And the only man in the history of the Giants who knows what it feels like is pitching tonight. Matt Cain takes the hill for the first time since coming off the DL. It's the Giants and D-backs, and it's next. We've got another beautiful night here at AT&T Park as we get ready for baseball. This is game 3 of this 4-game series, Diamondbacks and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, very exciting win last night as Yusmeiro Petit throws the near-perfect game. And more than anything, Mike, it was just a good, crisp ball game, and that's something you need to do against these Arizona Diamondbacks. But more than anything, we get to welcome Matt Cain back tonight.
Well, we found out Matt Cain, who went on the disabled list for the first time in his 8-year career, does not do well on the disabled list. He wanted to play. So tonight he's back after 15 days. And if you look at his lifetime numbers, he's got 93 wins in his big league career. 14 have been at the expense of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's confident against this club. He is chomping at the bit to get out there. And this is a start that we've been looking forward to for a while.
That's right. Buster Posey not in the lineup, although we did watch him take batting practice today before the game. All right, when we come back, we will have the starting lineups and the very first pitch right after this. Game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. It's warm here at the yard, 76 degrees, humidity 58%, light winds, and it's going to be shadowy. How about that?
Well, it's not as good as Matt Cain's walk-up song.
And the name of that is what? She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy. All right, here's the Diamondbacks lineup, and it's brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Pollock, Eaton, and you can see what Eaton's done over his last 19 games. Very fast. Goldschmidt, Chavez, and Hill. Will Nieves, he's going to hit 6, and it's Para, Owings, and the former A, Brandon McCarthy.
On the hill tonight, back off the disabled list, Matt Cain, and it is a pleasure to see this man take the mound again. This is what he has done in 26 starts. 8-8 with a 4.43 ERA, 140 strikeouts in 156 and a third innings. Against this Diamondbacks team, he has had some ownage. He's 14-6 lifetime with a 3.39 ERA. Fastball that's low 90s. He'll 2-seam and 4-seam it. He'll cut it. He'll throw a slider, a curveball, changeup, give you lots of different looks, and he likes a quick pace.
And the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So we get started right on time at 6:05. Pollock hitting .252. And this is popped up. Belt over. Belt is going to put it away. And that's how this game gets started.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Matt Cain tonight for the Giants, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Blanco, Pagan, and Pence. Crawford and Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Scudero and Bell on the right side, and Hector Sanchez will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Matt Cain last pitched on August 22nd. That was a Thursday night, game 1 of a 4-game series against the Pirates. He went 3 1/3 before he was hit on the throwing arm on a line drive off the bat of Gabby Sanchez. So here's Eaton at .268, 3 home runs, 14 driven in. The home plate umpire is Chris Cuccione. I'm not sure he can outdo Phil Cuzzy last night. Cuzzy was really good.
He was fantastic.
And Esmero Petit, he'll enjoy this day all day. Chop to Scudero. Scudero to Belt, 2 outs.
But Chris Cuccione, the plate umpire, is a good umpire, and he's a low ball umpire, and he will give width on both sides of the plate. He likes pitchers that work fast, and he, like Phil Cuzzy last night, is very, very consistent. What you get in the first, you will get in the ninth. And that's all you can ask for if you're a pitcher or a hitter.
Here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt, 2 hits on Thursday. Took an 0 for 3 last night. Had a couple of doubles and a home run lifetime off of Cain. And he is in a bit of a slump, although one of the 2 hits on Thursday knocked in 2 runs. Here he shoots one past Belt for an opposite field single. So Cain will get to work out of the stretch for the first time. So here's the man that broke up the perfect game last night.
Chavez.
Yeah, he's getting a few boos. I'll tell you what, though, it really was a spectacular at bat. And you can see Yusmeiro Petit, he will be forever linked to Eric Chavez because of that at bat.
Well, if I'm Cain, I got to drill him.
It's a little harsh.
It would make the sellout crowd please.
Yeah, it would be a standing ovation if he did plunk him in the ribs.
I would not hit him. That's just a joke. 289, 9 home runs, 42 driven in. In the cleanup spot tonight, 4 for 21 against Cain. And Goldschmidt goes, and Sanchez's throw is on the money. Beautiful throw. Pagan's going to lead things off. Sombreros being held up. All right, Giants starting lineup brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Pagan, Scudero, and Belt. Hunter Pence, since the All-Star break, he's hot. Then it'll be Sandoval, Sanchez, and Blanco. Crawford back in the starting lineup. He will hit in the 8th spot, and then Kane 9th.
On the hill tonight for Arizona will be Brandon McCarthy. And this is what he has done in 17 starts. 3-9 with a 4.94 ERA. Good strikeout walk ratio. And when you face this guy, you have to be aware of his sinker. He's got a good fastball, low 90s, but it's got lots of sink on it. He also will cut it. Curveball, slider, changeup, what you would normally see from a starter. But when he's on, he'll throw that sinker a lot. You'll see a lot of ground balls when he is on. McCarthy, a big guy, 6'7", 200-pounder. He's a 7-year veteran.
As he waits for Pagan to get in. Pagan 2 for 8 in the series. And it looked like Pagan was just going to take all the way. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. And there's a strike. Scudero to follow, and then Belt. Pagan lifetime's got a double and a home run against McCarthy in 4 at bats. Here he rolls this one to the second baseman Hill.
Down, out of baby.
Let's take a look at the Diamondbacks defense tonight, playing behind Brandon McCarthy. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Eaton, Pollock, and Parra. Good arms on the corners with Eaton and Parra. Owings and Chavez on the left side. Hill and Goldschmidt on the right side. Will Nieves will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Scudero. Scudero at 296. 2 home runs, 28 driven in. And he takes a strike. On deck is Belt. And this is hooked foul. A long run for Adam Eaton. He's gonna Molly Cavanero is our ball babe down the left field line. And Scudero bounces this one slowly to Chavez. His throw is wide, and Goldschmidt applies the tag.
Take a look at the throw that ended things for the Diamondbacks. It was a beautiful strike from Hector Sanchez. And that brilliant throw left it an easy call for Tom Halyan, the second base umpire, and that is our forward right choice. That, folks, is the big leagues.
So here's Belt. Belt takes a strike. 2 for 4 on Thursday night. Yesterday, Brandon Belt went 0 for 4. But that got in on Belt as he fouls it back. The Diamondbacks find themselves 8 back now in the wild card race. Essentially out of the National League West race. They're 12 back of the Dodgers. So there is a sense of urgency for Kirk Gibson and his squad. And that'll end the inning as Belt strikes out. Second inning coming up. It's 0-0.
Perfect game, one strike away from baseball immortality, and Eric Chavez comes up with a 2-out knock, and it spoiled the perfect game and would go on to be a one-hit shutout in the first complete game and the first shutout for Yusmeiro Petit. A brilliant night, and that is our AT&T U-verse rewind.
So Chavez was at the plate when Goldschmidt was thrown out, so he got to be booed twice in one at bat.
Yes, he did.
2 balls and no strikes.
That's a rough at bat, isn't it? It wasn't a standing boo, though.
Hits this ball up the middle, so Chavez opens up the second with a ground ball single. Here's our Geico quote. Eric Chavez on his at bat against Petit. The 2-2 curveball in the dirt was probably the biggest pitch of the at bat, and I laid off. Chavez said, I think that's what he was getting other guys to swing at. Actually, it wasn't quite in the dirt. It was actually maybe a half a foot from being in the dirt.
That was a great 2-2 pitch, and it was a pretty good take on his part, having not seen anything all night long coming in under those circumstances as a pinch hitter.
Here's Hill. Hill hitting 300 with 9 home runs, 36 driven in. And he takes the next pitch down low. Diamondbacks and Giants have played 17 times this year, and the Giants lead the season series 11-6, and they're 4-4 against Arizona in this park. This is hit up the middle, and it almost bangs off of the second base umpire Tom Hallion. So after these 2 singles, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, good news for Buster Posey. I spoke with him today. He said his finger does feel better. Still hard to grip a bat, but he did take live BP for the first time today since injuring his finger. Matt Cain on the hill tonight for the first time since his first stint on the disabled list. Guys, prior to that, 261 consecutive starts. Amazing. Bochy saying huge boost to have him on the hill tonight. He is free to let it go after a very good pen in San Diego. Dwayne?
All right, here's Will Nieves. Nieves hitting at .313, a home run, 22 driven in. As he shows bunt, and he takes a breaking ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 4 for 6 against Cain, so he's got a little bit of ownage in 6 at bats. Chavez at second, Hill at first. And this is popped up, and the infield fly will be called as Belt puts it away. That's the only time in baseball where a hitter doesn't have to run. As soon as that umpire raises his arm, he can go right in the dugout.
We had a minor league manager in the Cubs organization that said, if you're an infielder and there's an infield fly like that called, drop it. Because the hitter's out,
right,
and you might get some runner who's confused on the rule taken off.
But you can't touch it. You got to let it fall.
Right.
So here's Parra. But the risk is it hits a sprinkler head and then everybody scores.
Well, you sound like that happened to you.
Well, I don't know. It hit something, and it didn't get a really good crowd reaction. 0-1 to Parra. Parra fouls it back. 0-2. That swing right there tells me that Parra's having a hard time seeing the ball.
Well, there still is shine off the batter's eye in center field. And there's going to be about another inning where the visibility for the hitter is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage. A 6 o'clock start, I mean, it's going to happen.
Blanco moving over towards the line, and Blanco put it away. And that'll bring up Chris Owings. So Owens yesterday took an 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He tore up the Pacific Coast League. He was the Player of the Year, the MVP of the league. He's got Chavez at second and Hill at first. And he takes a strike. The pitcher, McCarthy, is on deck. And Kane flips that breaking ball high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield straightaway with Owings. Jap slowly to Crawford. Crawford will go to first, and they get Owings, and that ends the inning. So the 2 leadoff singles in the inning do not hurt Matt Kane.
By your Northern California Acura dealers. Come test drive the extremely new 2014 Acura MDX today.
Rockies are in town September 9th, 10th, and 11th. There is a day game on the 11th, and that game is sold out. However, there are still good seats available for the Monday and Tuesday night games, and both those games will start at 7:15. So come on out. See the Rockies. It'll also be the last time you'll see Todd Helton. So go to sfgiants.com. Can't tell you how many times I've thought to myself, I wish Helton would retire.
I said that a few times.
And it looks like he is. Pence takes a pitch inside, 1-0. Pence hit his team-leading 19th home run in the game last night. He did it off with Patrick Corbin. Same spot, same call, and it's 2-0. Three and 0. The Panda. Pablo Sandoval's on deck. And a strike to Pence. So Pence now will look for a good pitch to hit.
He's not sharing either.
He's got a death grip on that. It's 3-2 to Pence.
Yeah, remember when you were a kid, napkins just didn't seem that important.
Yeah, your shirt.
Yeah.
Hit. Pass. Goldschmidt.
That had some hair on it. Well, remember that home run that Hunter Pence hit right center in Arizona, went right through the uprights? Yeah, he hit it off of Brandon McCarthy. Coming into that at bat, he was 5 for 10 lifetime with a home run and a double. And now he's just added to it. So he's starting to get a little ownage on Mr. McCarthy.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval 0 for 3 lifetime against McCarthy. Sandoval hitting .279, and he pops this one up. And Goldschmidt will put it away, so Sandoval on 1 pitch is gone.
Look at the numbers for Pence against McCarthy. I sold him short. A home run, a triple, and 2 doubles. That is ownage.
Yep. So he gets his first single off of McCarthy. So here's Hector Sanchez. Sanchez at .264. And a fastball right in the inside corner for a called strike, with Gregor Blanco on deck. Out of play and a quick 0-2.
Good swing. That's my dad. That is pretty good memory right there. That'll hang around for a while.
Pence has got more than enough speed to steal a bag. He's got 21 on the year. And this is skied out into center field for Pollock, and Pollock will put it away. And here's Gregor Blanco. Blanco hitting .254, 2 home runs, 34 driven in. See if Pence will try to get into scoring position here with 2 outs. Why not?
Well, he's been pretty good at stealing bags all year. And the one thing about a guy who's 6'7", it's going to take him a while to unwind.
Pence does not go, and Blanco takes wide. 1 ball and no strikes.
Slide step move, pretty good move right there from McCarthy. That was fast. He keeps slide stepping. It will be a tough base to steal.
Blanco holds up. It's 2-0. Oh, they're going to say he went around. That's Phil Cuzzy joining the party.
Phil Cuzzy did an outstanding job last night behind the plate calling strikes. All right, let's take a look. This is what Phil Cuzzy saw, and I think that may have been a little bit generous to the pitcher. I don't think he swung.
Pence goes. He got a late jump, and Blanco pulls it foul.
Now, there used to be a fine if you went on the bench without your hat when Frank Robinson was the manager of the Giants. And that was a philosophy that a lot of managers had. But things have definitely eased up a little bit.
And a full, no, he called him out. Blanco can't believe it. Oh, that is my dad. And he is a bitchin' guy.
He was the last pitcher to lose a perfect game with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the ninth. Carl Everett had a pinch hit single, and the Yankees went on to win that game 1-0 against the Red Sox. And Messina 9 innings, 1 hit, and he struck out 13.
McCarthy is not having a good year at the plate. And he's behind 0-2. He's 0 for 26.
Well, when you're 0 for 26, you should be bunting 0-2.
Sandoval throws out McCarthy. Top of the order, and A.J. Pollock.
That's just almost an out for free. Guy 0 for 27.
But, you know, I mean, look, we haven't seen all of his at-bats. There may be a bunch of line drives in those at-bats.
I don't know. Okay.
A couple of balls to the wall, maybe.
He's got 9 strikeouts at 27 at bats. And just not feeling it.
Oh, and 1 to Pollock, who popped out to Bell to open up the ball game.
If you were to ask McCarthy if he likes the designated hitter, he'd probably tell you, yes, I do. If you ask Madison Bumgarner if you like the designated hitter, and he would say, no, I don't. Just different perspectives from different hitters, different pitchers.
And that's right back up the middle, and you can see Kane shook his head like, we need to stop that stuff.
Yeah, we want to say best wishes to Lisa Montague. Yep, she's the bride-to-be, a gamer babe from Fresno, and she's also the niece of Eddie Montague, one of our favorite umpires of all times. So all the girls here with their best smiles on, and they are all indeed gamer babes. Oh yeah, don't forget these two. That's a good group right there.
Here's Adam Eaton with Pollock at first. And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Eaton bounced out to Scudero in the first inning. And a quick toss, and Pollock is back. Pollock with 10 steals. He's been thrown out 3 times. Kane at the belt, and it's low and in to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Diamondbacks on the road are 31-38. High to Eaton, 2-1. You compare that to the Giants. Giants have played terrible baseball on the road. They're 28-42. Pollock goes. Swinging a drive into center field. Pagan. Pagan's going to put it away. And now the base runner Pollock has no idea what's going on. And they got him. Unbelievable. And he was out. And that double play ends the inning.
Insurance brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit HEPINS.com.
No score as we head to the bottom of the third, as Brandon Crawford's going to lead things off. It'll be Crawford, Kane, and then Pagan. Crawford at 260. And here he takes a first pitch strike.
Tries to cut that inside corner. Today was Fiesta Gigante Day. 20,000 sombreros were given out as Giants fans came through the turnstiles to get into the stadium. And it was pretty fun to watch the many interpretations of how to wear a sombrero. Yep. I think he may be wearing this thing many more times. He's definitely pulling it off.
On the ground into right field, a base hit for Crawford. So for the second inning in a row, the Giants get their leadoff hitter on. Here's a double play that ended the inning. Pretty interesting double play.
Well, watch the deke from the shortstop Crawford. He comes through, and Pollock was convinced that the play was over and it was on the ground. And a little bit of an opening, a nice strong one-hop throw from Angel Pagan. But watch what Pollock does. He hits the bag, comes across the bag. Now that's towards third base. Now he has to go back and retouch the bag, and he never did. So he was out a couple of times. But a pretty amazing deke from Brandon Crawford. Set the whole thing up.
Kane with a good bunt. And Crawford will end up at second base. And now Pagan's going to hit. Pagan bounced out to second. So Pagan 0 for 1. Crawford in scoring position. No score. And he takes a breaking ball in there for a strike.
It's a pretty generous strike.
Fouled into the glove of Nieves. It's now 0-2.
Last couple times we saw Cuscuccione play umpire, it was all knee-high strikes that he was calling. Very few high strikes. Tonight we've seen a lot of high strikes, including the first pitch curveball, miss it back.
Work for Goldschmidt. Crawford moves over to third. And now it's Scudero that will hit with 2 outs.
See the Gigantes across the chest of the Giants tonight. Celebrating Fiesta Gigantes. And more sombreros.
Scudero rolled to Chavez. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. I can't tell you the last time that Miguel Montero took a game off against the Giants.
I didn't think he took days off.
It seems like he plays 162 every year. Breaking ball, flipped into right center field. Giants 1, Diamondbacks nothing. Scudero comes through.
Yeah, we saw a lot of those last October.
Well, it did look a lot like the base hit he got in Detroit in Game 4.
Yes, it did. And this is the kind of a base hit that really hurts a pitcher. Little breaking ball. It's got some hang time on it, and the inside outs it to right center. Just going right back up the middle as he so often will do. But to do it in a 2-out scenario and put his team on the board, that's a great at bat.
And Belt goes around, and it's 0-1. Belt struck out in the first inning. McCarthy has stayed in on Brandon Belt in the first at bat and in this bat as well. Belt trying to dig it out. It's now 1-2. McCarthy had a no decision against the Giants on May 1st. He gave up 4 earned runs in 6 innings. And Belt strikes out for the second time, and clearly he is not picking up Brandon McCarthy. All right, they're having fun at the yard, and the Giants are leading 1-0.
Brought to you by Probank Credit Union Super Reward Checking, a checking account that pays you.
It's 1-0 Giants as we go to the 4th inning. Is Goldschmidt, who singled in the first, will leave things off. Chavez and then Hill. So 3 guys hitting this inning that all had singles against Kane in their only other at bats. High and deep and a foul. As Goldschmidt got a breaking ball and he waited on it nicely. That was 93 with some sink.
This is a two-seam fastball at 93, and you normally see your high-velocity fastballs with four-seam grip. Kane's got a good fastball tonight.
Up the middle, Kane knocks it down with his foot. He's going to pick it up, and he's going to pick it up a little late. He had it the first time, but Goldschmidt was hustling the entire way.
I think Kane's about fed up with getting hit. This has been a year where he's been dinged a few times. This time, a one-hopper hits him right back of the right thigh. Or right calf, I should say. And I think if he scampers over and picks it up cleanly the first time, he's got a chance to get Goldschmidt, who runs well.
Absolutely does. So here's Chavez. Chavez takes a strike on a breaking ball.
Nice tight little 0-1 breaking ball.
Hill is on deck. Goldschmidt, 13 steals. He was thrown out in the first inning by Hector Sanchez. And that fastball is going to make that maybe a slider is high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
They really give Chavez the third base line. They've got Pablo Sandoval pulled way over to the 5.5 hole. So they're giving all this to Chavez. It's an unusual setup for an infield. Couple of changeups, both high, missing in the same spot.
Two and 1 to Chavez, and it's a high strike. It's 2-2. Kane digging the high strike. In the dirt. So now Kane has gone the distance. And we talked about the Gabby Sanchez line drive. This is what it looked like.
Right back up the middle, caught him on the meaty part of his forearm, just below the elbow on the right arm. And he would throw no more.
So big pitch coming up. Likely Goldschmidt's going to be going. He gone, and it's tapped foul, so we'll do it again. Chavez, part of that really good A's group with Zito and Hudson, Mulder. I mean, the list goes on and on.
A lot of guys off those clubs had good careers. Played a long time.
Runner goes. And he walked him.
Now, right now, we're going to ask our AT&T trivia question. If you think you know the answer, tweet it to CSN Giants. The question tonight: name the 5 Venezuelan-born pitchers in Major League Baseball history to throw a no-hitter. Get that, you're good.
Here's Hill. Strike to Hill. So Goldschmidt a single, Chavez a walk. He'll bounce the single up the middle for a base hit in the second. Pickoff play, and Goldschmidt just got back in. Scudero likes the pickoff play.
Yes, he does. And as a base runner, I mean, that messes with you. You're out there, you're thinking about your at bat, you're thinking about the guy in the batter's box. You're not thinking about getting picked off, and all of a sudden, whoop, it rocks you.
Sandoval will let this one roll down to our ball babe,
Molly Caballero.
So Kane jumps out in front 0-2. He was in a similar spot in the second inning when Chavez and Hill opened up the inning with singles. And Hill pops it up. Belt. And Belt puts it away. A big out for King.
Yeah, it really is. It's a non-productive out. He's had a couple of those pop-ups in similar situations back in the second inning when there were 2 on, nobody outs. He got Nieves to do that very same thing. And that's as good as a strikeout.
So here's Nieves, as Mike said, popped out in his last at bat. Goldschmidt at second, Chavez at first. In the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, you know, sometimes you can do the double lid. Some guys pull it off, some guys don't. And this guy at his age, he's earned the right to pull it off.
That's right.
If you're 25 years old, you can't pull that off.
No.
A 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nice tight little cutter on that outside corner. Perfect location. Cutter doesn't have a big break. It's got like about a 4-inch slide, and it's flat running into a lefty away from a righty thrown by a right-handed pitcher. And that was perfect.
One ball and 1 strike. And it's wide. Davis steps out of the box. Hit to right. Pence. 2 outs. And that'll bring to the plate Gerardo Parra. Parra hit a fly ball to left field. See the number of pitches for Matt Cain. He's got 52 here in the 4th. Cain a long look to second, and that fastball is up and in. Giants 1, Diamondbacks nothing. The only way the Giants can win this series, they'll have to win today and tomorrow. Base hit to right field. Pence gets to it. Here's his throw home. It is late. And this game is tied on the base hit by Gerardo Parra, and both runners advance. So a nice piece of hitting by Parra.
That ball right where he wanted to, right there above the belt on the inside corner, and a nice job of digging it out from Parra. Parra's got a little length to his swing. If you think of him as a hitter, you think he's stronger middle away than he is middle in, and that was right to the scout report. So Parra coming up big, and we see two-out knocks here.
So Owens will be walked intentionally.
Giants had a two-out knock by Scudero, and now the Diamondbacks answer.
So Brandon McCarthy is going to be the hitter. And McCarthy 0 for 27, does not have an RBI. He can help himself right here.
Well, when you're 0 for 27, I guess you could make an argument that you're due. And he did make contact his first at bat. A weak ground ball to Sandoval. I'm not thinking that Kane's too overly concerned about it.
Swing and a miss, no balls and one strike. Yeah, you make your pitches, but if you do make a mistake.
Well, that's the key. You have to make your pitches. And that first pitch was a good first pitch breaking ball on the outside corner. That's what you have to do. I mean, you have to respect the fact that he has a bat in his hand.
It'll be belt to Kane. Not routine by any stretch of the imagination. D-backs tie it up. What the
produced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Welcome back to the Giants game. It's all knotted up at 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And with Petit's performance last night, there have now just been 12 perfect games broken up in the 9th inning with 2 outs. And our own Roberto Kelly is one of the culprits. We go back to 1989. He's with the Yankees, and he breaks up Dave Steves with the Toronto Blue Jays. Perfect game. I spoke to Roberto about it today. He remembers it vividly, gentlemen. He remembers saying to himself as he was walking up to the plate, you do not want to be the last out. And the funny part of this, I said, did you feel sorry for Steve at all? He said, heck no, I did not. I said, did you feel sorry for Petit? He said, absolutely. Absolutely. That was my team. Dwayne?
Yeah, that's true. That's just about how it goes.
Good player. Smart player.
Here's Pence.
And that's what happens to smart players when they retire. They become coaches.
Pence takes a strike. Pence singled past Goldschmidt in the second. And a quick 0-2. One and two to Hunter Pence with Pablo Sandoval on deck.
Nice 0-2 pitch. That breaking ball just falls out of the strike zone. Pretty good teaser right there. A lot of guys have swinging that in a 2-strike count.
Ooh, he had a rip on.
And that really is the book on McCarthy. It really explains as to why McCarthy on the year is 3-9 with an ERA almost at 5. Is that the longer the at bat goes, he will give you a good pitch to hit, and that was a 1-2 good pitch to hit.
Rolled foul as Pence, always hustling, moves down the line. Mr. Energy.
Well, it really is a joy to watch it. And you know what? It's great. If you're a father, you're bringing your child to a ball game, you can say, you want to see how to play this game? Watch Hunter Pence. Because everywhere he goes one speed, and that's all out. It's all hustle every day, every play.
And he's got a base hit over the leaping Owings.
How about that swing? "12 pitchers to lose a perfect game with 2 outs in the 9th. And Petit adds his name on the list. Yu Darvish, Armando Galarraga, Mike Messina, Brian Holman, Dave Steve, you saw him. Ron Robinson, Bill Wilcox, Bill Pappas, Billy Pierce, Tommy Bridges, and Hooks Wiltz. Hooks Wiltz of the New York Giants back in 1908.
Well, if there was instant replay, one guy's name would be off that list.
That is true.
Here's Sandoval who takes a strike. Sandoval popped out in the second. Inside, Sandoval gets back. Right around the All-Star break, he doesn't get out of the way of that pitch.
It's true.
Much quicker. And bottom line is the lighter he gets, the better athlete he is. And he's a tremendous athlete.
Well, the best part about it is that he'll be a guy to tell you that now.
Pence with his lead. And that is a rocket.
Oh, look out.
Foul.
Yeah, I think it broke the web on his glove. But we have a winner. And everybody's okay.
One and two to Sandoval. On deck, Hector Sanchez just trying to get the lead back. Sandoval Chases that high fastball, and it remains 1-2.
Yeah, the elevator fastball. That's right. Will Nieves, Diamondbacks catcher, had put the glove. And McCarthy, to his credit, put it right to the target.
And the 1-2 pitch is high, so it's 2-2. Pretty deep in center field is Pollock. Sandoval double play ball. And it'll go 6-4-3. And Sandoval, who had a good at bat going, hits into the double play.
Well, as they all head back to the Giants dugout, what do you say we ask and answer our AT&T trivia question? The question tonight: name the 5 Venezuelan-born pitchers in Major League Baseball history to throw a no-hitter on Ruser Bezek, Felix Hernandez, Johan Santana, Carlos Zambrano, Anibal Sanchez, and Wilson Alvarez.
One of those a former Giant.
Wilson Alvarez.
Here's Hector Sanchez. Big slow curveball for a strike. A 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. Sanchez with a Ruthian swing and a foul back. .74 degrees at first pitch. It is cooled off. Feels good. Sanchez waves at a pitch in the dirt. And this is going to be a strikeout, and it's also going to be the 3rd out. Oh, yeah. And it's a 1-1 ball game.
Park. Your yoga special event package will include a ticket to the game versus the Padres and access to post-game yoga session on the field and a limited edition Giants yoga mat bag. So for tickets, go to sfgiants.com/special events. It is a huge hit. So if you're thinking about doing it, get on it early because it fills up fast. Yoga Day, September 28th.
You know what this guy's missing? A cigar.
He looks pretty happy right there. But yeah, throw a cigar on there and that might top it off.
Here's Pollock. Almost watching that, almost took a nap.
Whew.
Look at this guy. He couldn't be happier.
I want to do that.
We should do a game from there.
Now you're talking. I'm with you on that.
0-1 to Pollock. Pollock is about to be 1 for 3 on a nice play by Sandoval. Well, log out to csnbayarea.com and click on Giants in-game live, and it's presented by Eric's Deli Cafe. You can enhance the in-game experience on your computer, your smartphone, or your tablet. Giants in-game live presented by Eric's Deli Cafe, only at csnbayarea.com. Here's Eaton. Eaton takes low and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Goldschmidt on deck. We are in the 5th. And a 91-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike.
Perfectly placed on the outside corner. Have to respect the bunt with Adam Eaton, and the Giants are. They've got Sandoval in on the grass. And even where he's at right there, if he puts down a good bunt with his speed, good luck trying to get him out.
This is tap foul.
One of the longest spots in the lineup to learn how to master as a hitter is the leadoff spot. And Eaton, although he's hitting second in the lineup tonight, will be a leadoff hitter, a consistent one, as his career develops. And I think he's going to be a good one.
Well, good tutelage from his manager in AAA, Brett Butler.
Well, I mean, is there a more perfect guy to teach the leadoff position than Brett Butler? Giants had him for a couple of years, and he was a good Giant. And he really, Brett Butler, worked on the art of bunting. Every day he'd do a bucket's worth. Push bunt, drag bunt.
Payoff pitch is wide. Kane wanted it.
And now you've got your hands full with a base stealer. See the look, grimace on the face of Kane. Set up on the outside corner. So Guccione strike zone a little tighter tonight than we've seen it the last couple of times.
So Goldschmidt waiting on Kane. And this is smoked out into Triple's alley. And Hunter Pence can't get it. And it's going to roll up against the wall. Eaton's going to score, and Goldschmidt's going to go to third standing.
There was not one thing easy about that fly ball that Hunter Pence tried to catch up to. They set up on the outside corner, and it drifts out over the plate, and he goes right with it to Triple's alley. And that is a strong man swing of the bat. Just eluding the overhead backhanded attempt from Hunter Pence. An easy score. So the walk has come back to haunt Matt Kane.
Now the infield has to play in with Chavez at the plate. And he's going to take a strike.
There you see the attempt, and it would have been a spectacular play. He had to go a long way, and he had a lot of distraction trying to deal with that wall.
So Kane pitching for the strikeout. He's got Chavez 0-2, trying to limit the damage. He got him. That's the pitch that Petit's thinking, well, why didn't he swing at that last night?
That's exactly what I was thinking. 0-2, they drop a breaking ball. Very similar to the 2-2 pitch that Petit threw last night that Chavez took.
So now you face Aaron Hill with Goldschmidt at third. This was the pitch last night. This was a 2-2 pitch. It was not a strike.
And this really was a good pitch. And an impressive take.
If Petit had walked somebody earlier in the game, or D-back had reached on an error, he would not have had to throw Chavez a strike.
Well, he could have thrown a 3-2 breaking ball. He could have thrown the same pitch. In that situation, he may have swung after it. But he had to come in with a fastball. And it cost him.
Pagan goes back. Now he comes in. And this will end the inning. So the D-backs, they take the lead on the walk in the triple. And it's now 2-1 Arizona. My partner struck out 9 on September 7th of 1986 en route to a 2-hit complete game shutout against the Expos. Robbie Thompson scored the game's only run when Mike Aldretti doubled in the first. Floyd Yeoman, he pitched great that day, and it was the only hit in the game for the Giants was Aldretti's hit. Mike's line: 9 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts. It was his 15th win of the season. Yeoman actually outpitched Mike by only allowing 1 hit and only walking 4, and he struck out 10.
He was throwing hard.
But my partner got the best of everybody that day against the Montreal Expos, and that was just 1 win on to winning 20 that season. Is Blanco is going to bounce out.
Well, you know how that game started. Floyd Yeoman was pitching, and he threw a fastball, hit Robbie Thompson in the wrist, and we all thought it broke. It hit it really hard. And Thompson stayed in the game, went to took his base. He scored on that double that really should have been a ball that got caught. And then Robbie had to lead the ball game. His wrist was hurting so badly, and we almost had a fight with the Expos that day. But Floyd Yeoman, he was throwing 96, 99 all day long.
Here's Crawford, who singled and scored in the third.
course, remember how bad the shadows were on day games in Montreal?
Well, yeah, that was a joke.
It was impossible.
Well, there wasn't anything good about the field. The turf was bad. The shadows were bad. The scoreboard was really bad. But the town was fun.
Yeah, it's a good town. I do miss Montreal.
No balls and 2 strikes. Diamondbacks 2, Giants 1. Crawford rolls this one past Roberto Kelly. Nice play. Fastball high, 1-2.
It's amazing how the National League has changed since we were playing back in the 70s.
Hit out into center field. On the move is Pollock, and he'll run it down.
Well, the Dodgers are coming to San Francisco September 24th, 5th, and 6th. There are still tickets available for all 3 midweek night games, and they all start at 7:15. So go to sfgiants.com/dynamic deal and take advantage of the dynamically priced Dodger game tickets. sfgiants.com/dynamic deals.
So here's King. And your point was, you think things have changed a little bit?
Well, I mean, when we first got in the league, there were 2 divisions, an Eastern division and a Western division. There were 12 teams, 6 teams in each league. And when you won your division championship, you played an NLCS, and then whoop, you're in the World Series. Now there's 2 more tiers of playoffs. Giants, or the National League had 16 teams. Now it's down to 15.
Kane breaks his bat.
Washington is now in the league. Montreal gone. And of course the Diamondbacks, the Rockies, Milwaukee all have come to the National League.
Well, plus back then there was a lot more 3-city trips, sometimes even 4-city road trips. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pagan on deck. Kane takes inside. It's 3-2.
The travel for the Giants next year will be a little bit easier. This year their interleague play was all in the American League East. Next year it's the American League Central.
Kane takes the walk. And once you know it, the first walk McCarthy is issued.
Strange game, baseball. Doesn't always make sense. I think only 1 team logged more miles in the air this year than the Giants, and that was the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, they've got a team in their division that's about 2,500 miles away.
But think about the National League Western Division when we played it in the early 80s. Cincinnati, Houston, and Atlanta were in the National League West.
Pagan on the first pitch. Pops this one up. Owens will put it away. And that'll end the inning. Through 5 innings, a 2-1 lead for Arizona.
brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
All right, you want to find great ticket deals for one of the last 2 September homestands? You can visit Dynamic Deals page at sfgiants.com/dynamic deal. Take advantage of the $8 dynamic deals for this homestand, as well as for the Dodgers series at the end of the month. Again, visit sfgiants.com/dynamic deal to purchase. Hey, the family's all here, huh?
Yes, they are. It'll be Nieves, Parra, and Owings to face Kane here in the 6th. And Kane's first pitch to Nieves is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Nieves has popped out and flied out. 7 hits for the D-backs, 4 hits for the Giants. Two and 0. Matt Cain's walked 3 in this game, 1 intentionally. And Nieves on the 2-0 pitch skies it out to Hunter Pence in shallow right center field, and he puts it away.
Time now for our Toyota replay of the game. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. And we're going to go back to a play made by Juan Perez, just inserted into the game prior to inning number 6 by Bruce Bochy for defensive reasons. And he comes up with this. And at that point, it ended the 6-4 the Diamondbacks, and it preserved the perfect game. And that's our Toyota replay of the game, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Parra knocked in a run with a base hit in the 4th. Here he takes wide. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Reds beat the Dodgers today in Cincinnati 4-3. Really a much bigger game for the Reds than for the Dodgers. Is Parra, and a great play by Scudero. Lunging to his right, 2 down.
Well, Marco Scudero is listed as 5'10", and he needed every bit of it to snag this high backhander. This is a great play, and a barrel roll for style points onto his feet. Nice pick. Gerardo Parra, you just got robbed. Hang with him.
So here's Owings. Owings' first big league hit is he drives it over the head of Scudero. So that's a hit he'll remember for the rest of his life.
Yeah, this is exactly like he got it off some slapdog. Got it off of an established veteran, Matt Cain, and they will forever be united.
It ends up in the hands of Don Baylor. And then probably over to the equipment manager as McCarthy takes low and away.
Not by much. Cain took a long look at the Guccione going, guy's 0 for 28. Seriously. That has to be a strike.
Comes back in with a fastball at 92, 1 ball and 1 strike.
One thing you know about a guy who's 0 for 28, he's going to take at least 1 strike. Sometimes 2.
One and 2.
That's a little tight slider.
2 balls, 2 strikes on the breaking ball for the Giants. In the 6th inning, the bottom of this inning, they'll have Scudero, Belt, and Pence. And that's fouled out of play.
If you can move the bat forward, you're a threat.
And McCarthy out swinging to end the inning.
Not a big threat.
Scudero, Belt, Pence, 2-1 D-backs.
Into the bottom of the 6th, and the Giants and their partners PG&E continue their green efforts. Earlier this evening, they honored Chispa for their efforts in creating healthy neighborhoods and affordable housing. Fellas, they were able to give Chispa a grant that outfits homes with water-conserving features, energy-efficient appliances, and lighting. Building materials are from renewable sources or recycled. Chispa stands for Community Housing Improvement Systems and Planning Association. Chispa, job well done. Wait.
All right, good stuff, Amy. Here the Giants have a little bit of work to do. We're in the Giants half of the 6th inning. McCarthy is done a nice job against San Francisco. He's struck out 4. He's walked 1.
He does not look like a 3-9 pitcher with a 4.94 ERA, which is what his numbers were prior to the game. He has pitched well, and he has consistently kept that sinker down around the knees where it is most effective.
Scudero picked up an RBI with a 2-out RBI single in the 3rd inning. Chops this one on the ground to Chavez. 1 out. All right, check out Sunday to Sunday, the authentic home of the 49ers. That would be Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. You're going to get Sportsnet Central, Yahoo, Sports Talk Live, get the 49ers press conference, 49ers Central, 49ers postgame live, all of it on CNN or in Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Here's Belt. Belt is going to pick up a base hit on the first pitch off of McCarthy after really struggling against McCarthy in his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, I think he wanted to escape away from that curveball. I was giving him some fits, so he wanted to do something early at bat, and he did. Pitts tonight has now reached base safely in 16 straight games and 7 straight plate appearances. And that's by way of walk or base hit.
And you're watching his home run from last night. Here he takes in tight. 1 ball and no strikes.
It's a 290 now. Go on a streak like that, you'll see a batting average climb. Even this is deep in the season.
2-0.
And that really was what Pitts was when the Giants got him last year. He was a lifetime 290 hitter. And you see the reaching base streaks this year. Pitts riding a 16-gamer.
Pop up. Long run for Parra. And he drops it. And Belt is going to be forced at second.
There was nothing Belt could do. I mean, if you gamble and break on this as a runner, you're going to get doubled up. It's not a smart play. You have to assume that Parra's going to make that play, and he should have. But with Parra's arm, and really any right fielder's arm, once he drops the ball, if he can get to it quickly, base runner just doesn't have much chance.
Hey, it works out better for Parra. He gets an assist.
And that ties it with the major league lead. Fielder's choice for Pitts.
Sandoval takes high.
Belt trying to get as much lead off the bat as he can, and then finally trying to make up.
Well, the only thing you hope for there is if Owings gets an awkward bounce. And he did get kind of an in-between bounce, but he hung in there to force Belt. Here it's 1-0 to Sandoval. Sandoval is 0 for 2. He takes high, 2 balls and no strikes. Pablo going with the clean shave look. Two and 0. Tapped to Hill. Side retired. 7th inning coming up. 2-1 Diamondbacks. Toyota dealer. McCarthy's pitched very well. Kane has allowed a couple of earned runs. Goldschmidt, who the Giants have held him down a little bit this year. Not tonight. He's 3 for 3. Scudero has got the only RBI in this game for the Giants. And that's our Toyota game summary.
We have seen nothing but good pitching in the last couple of days.
That is a fact. There's a first gamer.
Well, awake and having fun, enjoying the whole experience.
Pollock with a big cut. And it's 0-1. Pollock is 1 for 3. And he waves at this pitch, and it's 0-2.
2 pitches, 2 breaking balls. He opened him up with a slider, then came back with a curveball. Nice 2-pitch sequence. And both times he had Pollock off balance. And the inside corner set up for a fastball if they choose to go that way. But Sanchez wants a breaking ball down.
Gene Machi in the bullpen getting loose.
So Pollock getting a steady diet of breaking stuff. 4 pitches, 4 breaking balls. Sliders, curveballs. One thing about Kane too, if he decides to break a ball a guy, he can also enhance that curveball, especially to a right-hander, flattening it out by dropping down with his arm angle, which he'll do.
And he got him.
Stayed with breaking balls. So anytime you're facing a leadoff hitter late in the game, that's a big out. 3rd strikeout of the night for Kane. All swing and miss strike 3s on those 3 strikeouts. Get a chance to see it from behind home. I like that look. See how late that break is on his stuff, which is why he's good. Ooh, good pitch. That's the one side of the plate that Kane, I'm sure, feels he could have gotten about 3 or 4 more strikes on the night, and he's not been there.
Eaton takes high. He bluffed a bunt. Eaton walked in the 5th. He scored on Goldschmidt's triple, and that's the difference in the game. And that got Hector Sanchez, and it rocked him. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Talking right in the mask. Take a look at just how solid it was. Caught him in the forehead. It'll make you see stars.
So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Kane throws wide. It's 3-1. So Kane pitch-wise now at 97.
Remember, he hasn't pitched 15 days.
Out of play. It's 3-2.
And I just don't think that they're going to let him get into a long inning at this point in the game as he is approaching the century mark in innings pitched. He did have a side the other day when he aired it out. He threw 94 pitches. So, I mean, he still has maintained his strength.
So here he walks Eaton. Did not work out so good the last time he walked Eaton, and here comes Bruce Bochy.
It has to be a little disappointing for Kane, but only because he hasn't been out there 15 days is why he's leaving this game.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up from Smog Experts. Machi coming in.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be Gene Machi. 41st time he has come into a game. 2-1 with a 2.70 ERA. Really has opened the eyes of the Giants this year, and he is definitely a part of the plans of the future. Had a nice solid season. See a fastball that goes low to mid-90s, more lows than mids. Slider on a lot of splits where he really gets that ball deep in his two fingers between his forefinger and his middle finger. More of a fork ball than a split, but it's got a nice break on it. It's a strikeout pitch, and when it does get hit, it oftentimes gets hit on the ground. And that makes it a great pitch. Kane's line on the night, 6 1/3, 8 innings, 2 earned runs. He is responsible for the runner on first. Pitched well. There's 4 walks. Remember, one of those was intentional.
Quick toss, and just getting back is Eaton. Goldschmidt takes in tight. Machi takes a peek at Eaton at first. Swinging a shot to Sandoval and 1 out. Scooter 0 for 1. The belt for 2. For the Giants, Sandoval, Sanchez, Blanco coming up. Giants baseball for Esurance Giants Postgame Live. Highlights, reaction, analysis is all coming up right after the game. McCarthy's been good.
He really has.
He'll go after Hector Sanchez. And Sanchez will bounce it into right field, a base hit.
And that's the start. Jumping on the first pitch, not waiting around. David Hernandez getting heated up in the D-backs bullpen, native of Sacramento. And I'm sure has friends and family members here on this pass list.
So Blanco now will try to move the line along. He's 0 for 2. And he takes maybe outside. 1 ball and no strike.
Lots of activity in both bullpens now. Jake Benning and Santiago Casillas starting to get heated up in the Giants pit. And it looks like Tony Sipp, the lefty, is going to join David Hernandez in the D-backs bullpen.
Blanco fouls it back. So Dunning and Casilla getting loose. Couple of right-handers. Big chopper, Goldschmidt. That's one. And Blanco with his speed beats it out.
Goldsmith is a good throwing first baseman. And only the speed of Gregor Blanco prevented that pair. Watch the footwork. Very quick throw. High throw. But really not a whole lot that Chris Owings, the shortstop, could do to beat the speed of Gregor Blanco. Easy call for Ron Coppola, first base umpire.
So here's Crawford. Crawford is singled and he's flied out. And he had a good swing as he fouls this one straight back. No balls and 1 strike. Crawford pulls it foul, so now he's behind in the count, 0-2. See what McCarthy's done in his last 4 road starts. It hasn't been pretty.
Last road win in May. But tonight he is toughened up.
And now Crawford, who's waiting on McCarthy, and McCarthy steps out. Blanco, he's a threat to go. He's got 12 on the season. And this is skied out to center field for Pollock. 2 outs. MLB.TV celebrates 11 years. Keep up with the pennant races and catch the rest of the 2013 season in HD quality. Visit MLB.tv today. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. So here's Abreu. Abreu will pinch hit. And a first pitch strike to Abreu.
Abreu's got a little pop too. You have to play him honest if you're an outfielder, and they respect it. The D-backs outfield.
His pop-up is straight back and out of play.
McCarthy got that ball in tight, right on the hands where he was trying to get it.
Down low, nice block by Nieves. Keeps Blanco at first.
Well, it's a good try. You're ahead the count. Go down there, throw it, try and bounce that ball at home plate. And that's exactly where we put it. Good idea, and as my partner pointed out, nice block.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. 5 strikeouts for McCarthy. 2-1 D-backs.
Front door.
Ready at csnbayarea.com. It is brought to you by Acura. Sergio and I talk about his thoughts on Petit's performance last night. He talks about how superstitious that dugout can become, and he shares his thoughts on the September call-ups and what a special time this is for those new fellas. Dwayne?
It is a special time, absolutely. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog expert.
Jake Dunning, the new pitcher now for the Giants, 0-2 on the year with a 3.10 ERA. 15 strikeouts and 20 in the third. Fastball, slider, changeup, command specialist.
Chavez is 1 for 2, single in the second, walk in the fourth, and Kane struck him out in the fifth. Big strikeout for Kane. Came with Goldschmidt at third and only 1 out. 0-2.
Good changeup. You look at the physique of Dunning, 6'4", 188-pounder. And you think if this guy got into a workout program where he really beefed up a little strength in his upper body, it could add to his fastball. And with his command on the corners, if this guy averaged 92 to 94 miles per hour, you're talking about a guy who can really set up.
Sandoval charging and throwing, and Chavez is retired.
Dunning just turned 24 in August, so he's a young man and he's still getting his strength. And I really believe that there's more fastball velocity in this guy's future. He's a hard worker. But I think that'll be something that he tries to incorporate in his off-season workout regimen.
Here's Aaron Hill, who takes a strike.
Dunning, a former 33rd round pick in 2009.
Yeah, we got a fired up group.
Oh yeah, you get the cha-cha bowl, you get the giveaway hat on Fiesta Gigante Day. You're good to go.
Scudero is going to put this one away, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Nieves. Nieves is 0 for 3. Dunning looking for a quick inning, and that pitch is outside for a ball.
Giants really choked the outfield in center, especially with Pagan playing very shallow to defend against Nieves.
Dunning pitching out of the stretch throws, and there's a strike to Nieves. Nieves steps out. Giants have 6 more outs in this game. And they're just trying to keep it to a 1-run deficit. 3-1. So Nieves, who likes to swing the bat, is going to swing it here if he gets a strike. And he will not get a strike, and that's a 2-out walk.
So Dunning providing a little opportunity here by way of the base on balls. It's interesting that Nieves is not being pinch hit or pinch run for at first base. Tells you about his ability to run. Normally catchers in September, that's an automatic.
Automatic. Parra bounces this one foul as it rolls in front of Kirk Gibson, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Final game of the series will be tomorrow. A lot going on tomorrow around the 1 o'clock hour. A's, Giants, 49ers.
America's Cup. All going off around 1.
Over 2.
Which really is advice. If you're planning to come to the Giants game tomorrow, allow some extra time. Get here a little early.
Yeah, if you have that helicopter available, you might want to think about that too.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Into left center field. Pagan's got to keep it from getting by him. And they're going to wave in Nieves anyway. Crawford's throw home. On the money. Got him. And that'll end the inning. Everything done perfectly.
Oh, that is the big leagues. 8-6-2. Grab some power. D-backs for Game 4 in the final game of this series. Right here in Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, Madison Bumgarner going to take on left-hander Wade Miley. A couple of good lefties doing battle against one another. And then the Giants will entertain 3 days with the Colorado Rockies. I'd love to have you out here. If not, watch us here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Well, you want to see perfection in a relay? This is significant. He cuts it off very quickly, gets off a throw, and watch Brandon Crawford aim and zero in with a strike to Hector Sanchez, who puts on the tag, seals off the plate, and Nieves, another catcher, nailed. If they would have pitched ran for him, it may have been a different story. But you have to give high fives to Pagan and Crawford and Sanchez to pull it off.
Here's Pagan to lead things off, and he takes a strike. Pagan is 0 for 3. He has not been on base in this game.
Posey, a spectator because of that broken tip on his right finger, his ring finger.
Giants will take a base runner any way they can. And this is out of play. Yeah, this group, they got the good attitude, except for that clown.
I don't know, that guy over there, he might be the MVP of the group. Although this guy here is making a case.
Yeah. He made a good comeback. This could be the hit of the year, but or McCarthy makes a great catch.
That is a great play. I don't know too many pitchers make that play. Remember, you're coming off that mound, and there's a real steep slant in the backside, so that itself will throw your balance off. And you don't get a lot of time. Nobody else has a chance except for McCarthy, who actually looked around to see if anybody was going to help him. And this is just a great play. Right over the shoulder. Wow.
Good catch. Here's Scudero. Scudero is 1 for 3 right now, trying to get on for Brandon Belt. And Scudero gets sawed off. That's 2 guys in a row that have gotten sawed off as he bounces out, and that'll bring up Belt.
Well, if you're wondering about the stuff of McCarthy, there's a testimony right there.
Yeah, it's actually getting better.
That was nasty.
So here's Belt. He singled in the 6th after striking out his first 2 times up. And he fouls this one off of Nieves, and it's 0-1. Tell you what, stuff is moving now.
It is. I don't know if he could throw the ball straight. And he just struck him out a couple times with that big curveball, and he set up for it again.
And he got him. Maybe McCarthy's best inning of the night. 9th inning coming up. Live right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. And tonight you're going to see the Stanford San Jose State highlights. Matt Maiocco is keys for the 49ers, and the Raiders report from Indy. Check it out. It's a 2-1 lead for the Diamondbacks, and it's time for a change. Thanks, Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert.
Heath Hembree going to come in for the 3rd time since being called up to the big leagues, and he has done very well. He's pitched 2 1/3. He's walked 1. He has struck out 3. He's yet to give up a hit. What we've seen from him is a fastball that is low to mid-90s. He has topped out at 94. good hard slider. We haven't seen the changeup but one time, and that too is a good pitch. So he has been very poised. Nice loose shoulder.
And a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Reports kept coming out of Fresno this year. Hembree, the closer for the Grizzlies, with consistent 95 and above velocity fastballs. But for the most part, he's been low 90s since he's been to the big leagues. But with good location.
One ball and one strike. And Owings has his second big league hit.
And that's the first hit that Hembree has given up.
That's a pretty nice swing.
Just a nice compact hack. Take a little out to put it back up the middle. That's a swing built for batting average right there.
Indeed. So here's Bloomquist.
Javier Lopez starting to heat up. .93-mile-an-hour velocity right across the knees.
Bloomquist hitting at .354. He spent most of the season on the disabled list. No balls and two strikes. And that pitch is outside.
Before, so that velocity starting to climb a little bit.
Do I see a beard on number 38?
Yeah, I think it kind of goes with the number.
So he showed up clean shaven.
Well, not only do you start to grow a beard, but it grows at an abnormally fast rate when you put on number 38.
And the other point is I don't think you can ever shave again.
At least that's been the history of the number.
Owings goes, and that's foul down the right field line.
A nice jump. Take a look at that jump. Yeah, that's a quick start.
One and two, nobody out, ninth inning. And Bloomquist keeps spoiling these nice pitches from Heath Hembree, and it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, just keep throwing those good location pitches, and even if they get good and get put into play, good bet somebody's going to catch them with that type of location. You keep throwing knee-high paint that's falling off the plate away hard at 88 miles an hour. Not many guys are going to hit the ball at the ballpark on you. They beat you. They're usually going to have to beat you going the other way. And that is what we have seen from him. He has a very good consistency with his location to the outside corner at the knees.
One and two. Owens gets back in easily. Pollock on deck. We're in the ninth.
Looking for a ground ball.
Owens goes down the right field line. Another foul ball out of play.
So Brandon Belt, Brandon Crawford, the two wily old veterans coming over to talk to the young right-hander Heath Hembree. And I think maybe the message that Brandon Belt gave was make sure you have him stopped at first base.
All right, it's time now to throw Bloomquist something different.
How about one on the inside corner?
Yeah, how about that?
I think that would be wise. I mean, he's been pounding one side of the plate. And any big league hitter, if you just become one-dimensional in location, they'll hurt you. It's like becoming one-dimensional with a speed. Again, another pitch. Again, another pitch outside.
One ball and two strikes. And that fastball high, 2-2.
And that's a good pitch. I mean, that definitely is changing sight lines. And that's where you want to throw. When you throw that elevated fastball, don't think corner, just think it middle of the plate, but elevated above the letters. Bloomquist not biting.
And they're going to set the target in. Owens goes. It's inside. The throw is not in time.
So Owens persistent. And for Owens, his first big league stolen base. And he does get a nice jump. I mean, he's quick to full speed. And that changes the at-bat for Bloomquist.
Be the 12th pitch in this at bat. And he walked him. So Dave Righetti coming out.
Well, and right now he's going to go out there and calm the water. Because when you're a young pitcher and you're in the big leagues for the very first time, when you start to have an inning go against you, you really start to panic and you think you have to be perfect. And Dave Righetti just going to calm him down, Get his focus back to the target. Remind him he doesn't have to overthrow. Get that two-seam fastball, that hard slider down around the knees. Get a ground ball, get a double play. Go get him. In case you're wondering about Chris Owings, how many stolen bases he had this year in Reno, he had 20.
So here's Pollock. And Pollock's going to take a pitch way inside. 1 ball and no strikes. This inning has slowed everything down
dramatically.
There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Moscoso joins Lopez. And the 1-1, and there's a bunt, and Sanchez is going to let it roll foul. So Kirk Gibson looking for a little insurance.
So Kirk Gibson, you saw going with a bunt. Now with 2 strikes, butts off. You would think. So if you're Pollock, you got to get the job done a different way.
On the ground to Scudero. Underhands it to Crawford, and that's a double play.
And that's exactly what Dave McGetty wanted out of Hembree.
And now Lopez is going to come in to face Adam Eaton. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. We'll be back.
have a new pitcher. The new pitcher is Javier Lopez, coming into his 60th game on the season. 2-2 with a 1.83 ERA. The one statistic you have to look at: what are left-handers hitting against him? About 152. And Adam Eaton going to try and figure out the side-winded lefty for the Giants, Javier Lopez.
Two outs. Owings is at third.
Eaton has faced him one time.
And a strike on the first pitch. And it's 0-1. Sandoval in at third. And just like that, bang, bang, nothing in two.
Quick 0-2. And Romo joins Moscoso down in the Giants bullpen.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Eaton trying to bunt with 2 strikes. Pence, Sandoval, Sanchez coming up. Some of the sights and sounds of this exciting 2-1 ball game here at AT&T Park. And there's your new pitcher.
Brad Ziegler, the closer. He has assumed that responsibility. He has 8 saves on the year. Save number, or appearance number 70 on the year. He's a summer weenie. Big sweeping breaking ball, big seeking fastball. Go get him.
Pence will take the first pitch inside. Hunter Pence is 2 for 3 tonight.
He's 3 for 11 lifetime against Ziegler.
Rolls this one foul.
Giants wearing the Fiesta Gigantes unis tonight. And traditionally and historically, they have been good uniforms to wear. Lifetime in those jerseys, Giants 9-4. And if you're thinking about walk-off home runs, there's one guy in this team that has hit a home run against Ziegler. And he's due to bat third in this inning. And that's Hector Sanchez.
2-1 pitch to Pence. Pence taps this one right back to where it came from. 1 out. And that'll bring up Sandoval. Sandoval tonight is 0 for 3. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
I think they're so tough when he can locate down around those knees, because the ball is always going to have sink on it with that delivery.
And that's an 86-mile-an-hour fastball.
And that's good velocity for a submarine.
That is.
Sandoval trying to set the table for Hector Sanchez. Ooh. Look out, Molly. Caballero staying with it. All right, let's watch Molly. Oof. Use your glove.
0-2 to Sandoval. 1-2. One-two pitch. Sandoval lines it, but he lines it right at Eaton. 2 down.
He smoked that thing. Another good at bat from the left side. Stroke of the ball to left field. And almost took off over the head of Eaton. Ball hit right in the butt.
So here's Hector Sanchez, and he remains the last hope for the Giants. And Sanchez is going to take wide. And he rolls this one foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is fouled to the backstop. It's now 1-2, so the Giants down to their last strike. The 1-2 pitch hit off the end of the bat to Owings, and that's the ball game. So game 3 in this series goes to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and a really nice performance from the former A, Brandon McCarthy.
His first road victory since May 16th, and really nullifies a nice pitching performance from Matt Cain coming off the disabled list tonight. But the pitching has been the theme of this series, and tonight it was the Diamondbacks that won the ball game.
Final score: Arizona 2, San Francisco 1. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.